Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of the Unstoppable Denominators channel of AEW Rampage Beach Break Championship Friday. Results for January 28th, 2022. This is our wrestling results channel. So, contains spoilers. Tonight's episode of AEW Rampage Beach Break Championship Friday was held live from the Waldstein Center in Cleveland, Ohio. It's Friday, and you know what that means. Excalibur, the Human Suplex Machine, Taz, FTW World Champion, Absolute Ricky Starks, and the Demon God, Chris Jericho, were the broadcast team for tonight's event. Jon Moxley versus the acclaimed Anthony Bowens with Max Caster. Moxley wiped out Caster as the acclaimed were making their entrance into the ring. Mox wasted no time and German suplexed Bowens. Mox stomped a mud hole in Bowens and then clubbed him with right hands. Mox's mental state is one way and one way only, and that's to beat the crap out of guys. And you can see that here right now with Anthony Bowens, said Jericho. Mox rammed Bowens into the ring barricade. Mox and Bowens brawled through the crowd. Mox tried to grab Bowens, but Bowens pulled back and Mox's head hit the steel ring post. Bowens grounded and pounded Mox into the ring. Bowens concentrated on Mox's shoulder, hitting a Russian leg sweep. Bowens was looking for a vertical suplex, but Mox countered by hoisting up Bowens and dropping him. Caster grabbed Mox's boot and then momentarily distracted allowed Bowens to connect with a ripcord neckbreaker. Outside the ring, Caster sent Mox headfirst into the ring post. Again, Bowens climbed to the top rope, but Mox jumped on the apron and raked Bowens back with his fingers. Bowens superplexed Mox off the top rope for a near fall. Bowens jumped off the top turnbuckle, but Mox met him with a boot. Mox was looking to follow up with a paradigm shift, but Bowens back elbowed him. Bowens charged at Mox, but Mox body dropped Bowens out of the ring and straight down onto Caster, onto the arena floor. Mox rocketed to the outside of the ring with a Topia Suicida on Caster. Moxley tried to get back in the ring, but Bowens punted him. Bowens had Mox caught on the ropes, and he transitioned Mox into a DDT for a near fall. What a physical contest thus far in our opening match on Rampage, said Taz. Mox and Bowens exchanged fire with right hands. Mox was looking for the King Kong lariat, but Bowens hit Mox with a knee and then thrust kicked. Mox walloped Bowens with a palm strike to the face and then jumping pile driver for a near fall. He's tough. How tough is Bowens? Kicking out of the pile driver, said Taz. Mox tried to roll up Bowens, but Bowens hit a knee and then claimed to fame for a near fall on Mox. Bowens is throwing everything he's got on Moxley, said Jericho. Bowens grabbed his boombox from the corner, but referee Aubrey Edwards yanked it away from him. As Aubrey went to rid the ring of the boombox, Caster tossed a chain to Bowens, who wrapped it around his fist. Mox had Bowens' number and cut him off with a cutter. Caster jumped into the ring. Mox knocked Caster over the top rope with a lariat. Mox knocked off Bowens, block with a King Kong lariat. Mox finished off Bowens with the paradigm shift and scored the pin. Backstage, American Dragon Bryan Danielson was keeping an eye on a mentor, closely watching Mox's match. Andrade El Idolo was backstage with Jose, the assistant, standing outside Sting's dressing room. Andrade stormed into the room. Darby Allin was sitting there, and Andrade asked Darby, "Where is your boss?" Darby laughed at the question. Jose, the assistant, introduced Darby to Andrade. "He is the kid. Finally, nice to meet you. I know you work for Sting, but I'm very busy." Andrade handed Darby a iPad with a business contract on the screen. "Darby, you really think I work for Sting? Why are we wasting our time having this conversation? I respect you as a wrestler, but man, you have lost your mind. I've lived in cars, under the bridges, in parking garages. Money doesn't mean a whole lot to me. You can buy a lot of things, but my dignity isn't one of them. I think this business meeting is finished, so you guys can get the hell out." Jose, the assistant, placed his hands on Darby, so Darby pulled out a baseball bat. Andrade Idolo, "Take it easy. I need to talk with your boss." "Dude, he just said he's not working with Sting. He is partners with Sting." FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Hardwood with Tully Blanchard versus Lee Johnson and Brock Anderson with the Enforcer, Arn Anderson. Cash and Lee locked up. Lee reversed a wrist block, but then Cash applied a headlock. Lee Johnson tagged out to Brock Anderson, but not before hitting a step up Hurricanrana on Cash Wheeler. Dax Hardwood tagged in, and he and Brock chain wrestled to a stalemate. Both men with the same thing in mind, said Excalibur. It's like looking into a mirror, added Jericho. Brock and Lee hit a double backdrop on Dax. Lee flattened Cash with a top con hero. Lee followed up with an assisted dive onto Dax on the outside. Lee Johnson hit a diving crossbody on Dax for a near fall. Cash ate a clothesline from Brock Anderson, and then Brock served up one to Dax. Brock Anderson surprised Cash with a gut-wrench suplex. Brock Anderson capitalized Cash into a kick from Lee Johnson. Brock nailed Cash with a DDT. Lee Johnson landed a big frog splash on Cash Wheeler, but Cash was able to get his boot on the bottom rope to stop the referee's count. "Did you see that spinning frog splash? It was amazing," said Jericho. Outside the ring, Brock confronted Tully Blanchard. Tully backed up and bumped into Arn Anderson. The Enforcer chopped Tully Blanchard in the neck. FTR were able to hit a stuffed piledriver on Lee Johnson, and Dax pinned Johnson. In 1995, that move broke my neck for 9 months. It's a lethal double team maneuver, and we saw FTR use it to perfection on Lee Johnson, said Taz. TBS Championship match. Julia Hart with Griff Garrison versus TBS champion Jade Cargill with smart Mark Sterling. Jade put Julia in a stiff headlock. She followed up with a head block to Julia and then a powerful spinning backbreaker. Jade Cargill did push-ups in the ring, completely dismissing her opponent. Julia charged at Jade, but it was like running into a wall. Julia caught Jade off guard with her hurricanrana. Jade booted Julia with a pump kick and then finished her off with her jaded finisher. Jade Cargill is still the TBS champion. Boo! This is her 26th victory in AEW, All Elite Wrestling, said Excalibur. 26-0. Who in the hell on our women's roster is going to be able to defeat this woman? Maybe someone new. Main event time. AEW World Tag Team Championship match. AEW World Tag Team Champions Jurassic Express, Luchasaurus, and Jungle Boy with Christian Cage. Boo, we should have Marco Stunt versus Private Party, Mark Quinn, and Isaiah Cassidy with Big Money, Matt Hardy, and Blade. The number 2 ranked Gun Club, Austin and Colton Gunn, were watching from ringside. The Gun Club distracted Jungle Boy before the match, allowing Isaiah Cassidy to dive outside of the ring with a tornado onto Luchasaurus. Private Party served up their Gin and Juice finisher on Jungle Boy. At the start of the match, Cassidy covered Jungle Boy, but Jungle Boy kicked out in the neck of Jungle Boy, somehow able to kick out of that blindside shot by Private Party, said Excalibur. Private Party hit a neckbreaker foot stomp combo on Jungle Boy. Mark Quinn covered Jungle Boy for a near fall. Private Party tried a leg drop frog splash combo, but Jungle Boy rolled out of the way. Luchasaurus tagged in, but Private Party immediately rolled to the outside of the ring. Luchasaurus followed them, but Blade jumped in his way. Luchasaurus chucked Blade against the steel guardrail. Luchasaurus grabbed Cassidy, picked him up, and then flattened him on the ring apron. Luchasaurus jumped up to the ring apron and slammed Mark Quinn, but Matt Hardy hit Luchasaurus behind the knee with a steel chair. The veteran experience of Matt Hardy right there, said Jericho. Andrade El Idolo was sitting in the skybox with Jose, the assistant. Andrade nodded approvingly at his investment in the HFO. Luchasaurus was able to pace Private Party with double clotheslines and made the hot tag to Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy was a house of fire on Private Party. Jungle Boy hit the Topia Suicidas on Private Party. He's a tree house of fire, said Chris Jericho. Luchasaurus hoisted Jungle Boy on his shoulders. Isaiah Cassidy went for the cross body press off the top rope, but Jungle Boy was able to reverse it, landing Cassidy for a near fall. I have never seen that move before, said Jericho. Private Party fired up and blasted Luchasaurus with their silly string Tinama offense. Luchasaurus is out. This could be their chance, said Jericho. Jungle Boy yanked Cassidy into the snare trap. Meanwhile, Mark Quinn broke up the snare trap with a shooting star press. Private Party attempted the Gin and Juice on Jungle Boy, but Jungle Boy was able to counter with a destroyer on Cassidy. Jurassic Express shut down Private Party with their finisher, allowing Jungle Boy to pin Mark Quinn. The Gun Club jumped into the ring and ambushed Jurassic Express after the match. Billy Gunn neutralized Christian with a cheap shot. Jurassic Express didn't even have a moment of relief, said Excalibur. The Gun Club rammed Jungle Boy into the head with his tag team title. Billy Gunn shoved Luchasaurus into a double belt shot from the Gun Club. The Gun Club sending a message directly to AEW World Tag Team Champions, said Taz. The statement has been made, replied Excalibur. Catch AEW Dynamite on TBS next Wednesday live at 7 Central from the Wintrust Arena in Chicago, Illinois, featuring for the first time ever CM Punk versus MJF, Ruby Soho versus the Native Beast, Nyla Rose with Vicky Guerrero, Pac and Penta, El Zero Mito versus Malachi Black and Brody King of the House of Black. And remember, the home of professional wrestling is All Elite Wrestling. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that guys do not miss an upload here on the channel. And I'm out.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Skiz here. And if you don't subscribe to Blonde and the Unstoppable Denominator, then you are a toothy bumfuck, pussy ass bitch motherfucker.